Assalamu alaikum to all the students of second year physics. This is my third lecture, which is from chapter number 12, electrostatics, and the topic is applications of electrostatics. There are two main components which come under the application of electrostatics. The first one is xerography and the other one is inkjet printer. So the first application, xerography, we shall discuss here. Xerography is also termed as photocopier. It is derived from the Greek word for zeros and then graphos. The combination of zeros and graphos forms the word xerography. Zeros mean dry and graphos means writing. So it is named as combined name as this is dry writing. So the heart of the photocopying machine is the drum, which is made of aluminium with a coating of selenium. You all know that aluminium is an excellent conductor or the best conductor, whereas selenium is a photoconductor. It only conducts in the presence of light, whereas in the absence of light or in dark it becomes an insulator. That's why it is named as photoconductor. So we see that if a positive charge is sprinkled or spread over the selenium, it will remain there as long as it remains in dark. If the drum is exposed to light, then the electrons from the aluminium pass through the conducting selenium and neutralize the positive charge. By neutralizing the positive charge, it will become a neutral atom. This is the diagram of xerography or dry writing process, which is also known as photocopying process, and it is also termed as photocopier. Nowadays you call it as photostat or photocopy machine. This is the basic construction or electrical components of the photocopying machine. This is the drum. This is the main part and is called as the heart of the machine. The drum is made of aluminium and over it is a coating of selenium. In this place, the paper which is to be photocopied is placed with this. There is written that page to be copied with the face down, or the lamp is situated at one side of the photocopying machine. The light from the lamp falls on this paper and it is reflected back from this portion to the drum by the help of the lens. The lens is used to concentrate the beam on the drum. So the process of photocopying, it begins from the first step. If the drum is exposed to an image of the document to be copied, dark and light areas of the document produce corresponding areas on the drum. Means they produce correspondingly dark and light areas on the drum. The dark areas retain their positive charge. So why they retain their positive charge? Because there is a coating of selenium. For the dark areas, selenium behave as insulator. On the portions where there are dark regions, the selenium will act as an insulator. It does not give access for the electrons to come to it and neutralize the positive charge. Whereas the light areas become conducting, they lose their positive charge and become neutral because the electrons from the aluminium immediately comes to the bright side of the paper or the bright side of the image and finally neutralize it. Further, the positive charge image of the document remains on the selenium surface. Why it remains on the selenium surface? Because this portion is in dark. For the dark region, selenium acts as an insulator. It does not provide access to the electrons to come to the surface where there are various bright and dark images. Then a toner, which is a special dry black powder, is given a negative charge and spread over the drum where it sticks to the positively charged areas. So the toner from the drum is transferred onto a sheet of paper on which the document is to be copied, and finally the heated pressure rollers then melt the toner into the paper, which is also given an excess positive charge to produce the permanent impression of the document. In this diagram, toner is here, which is a special dry black powder. You can see in this diagram there is a container for the toner in which the toner is placed, and then this toner sticks to the positive charge on the drum. This is the plain white paper which is blank. Nothing is written over there, just an impression from the toner will be documented or will be impressed there. Then these are heated pressure rollers which permanently place the impression of this document there, and this is the printed image, or which you call at the photocopy image. These three lines, these three lines summarize the whole process of photocopy. Now the second application, which is inkjet printers. Inkjet printer, they uses electric charge in their operation. This inkjet printer ejects a thin stream of ink while shuttling or while moving back and forth across the paper which is to be printed. The ink is forced out of the small nozzle and breaks up into extremely small droplets. There are two electrical components which are the main components of inkjet printer. The first one is charging electrodes and the second are deflection plates. The deflection plates are also called as parallel plate capacitors. When the print head, the portion where the ink comes out of the nozzle, when the printhead moves over the region not to be copied, we wish for certain areas which should not be copied on the paper. When the printhead moves over the region not to be copied, the charging electrode, the first electrical component, is left on, so it charges the ink droplets which passes through this region and gives the ink a net charge. The deflection plates, which are basically the parallel plate capacitors. In parallel plate capacitors, one plate is positively charged and another is negatively charged. Then these deflection plates will, the electric field due to these deflection plate will then interact with these charged droplets and deflect them into the gutter. Droplets will not reach the paper. Whenever the ink is to be placed on the paper, when we wish to place the ink or print the image on the paper, the charging electrode which is connected to the computer, it turns off the charging electrode. So the ink droplets becomes uncharged, they will not be deflected by the deflection plates which are parallel plate capacitors, so they will go straight to the paper where they are to be retained or printed. The uncharged droplets fly straight through the deflection plates and strike the paper, and this inkjet printer is also used for creating colored copies. Here is a schematic diagram of inkjet printer. It starts from here. Look at the position of my cursor, which is ink supply. From ink supply, pumps the ink to the nozzle of printhead. This region is termed as the printhead. The two main electric components, charging electrode which is connected to the charging control, means the computer, and then these are the deflection plates which are in the form of parallel plate capacitors. The ink, when it moves, charging electrode is on. When this is on, then these deflection plates deflects it towards the gutter, and these ink droplets will not reach the paper which is to be copied. And when we wish to copy something on the paper, then these charging electrodes will be turned off, so the ink droplets which passes through this will not get charged, and deflection plates will not deflect them towards the gutter, and they strike straight on the paper and print an impression over it. This is the basic schematic diagram of the whole process of inkjet printer. This is all about the applications of electrostatics. Thank you.